Hey all, this is Jenna. I'm Jenna Scraps on Instagram and Facebook, and join me in the Simply Project Life Facebook group for more. This is going to be a basic tutorial on the Project Life app and just some helpful tips to get you started easily. The app is free in the app stores, so download it and give it a try for some basic pocket pages. Right here, we're going to start on the home screen with the question mark. And we're going to set up a few preferences to help us get started easily. You can choose the different style collage template you want to start with. If you have a favorite, you can tap there and then scroll through the options and you'll notice the template change in the top. They are not labeled correctly here to reflect the recent update. So just keep that in mind. These labels, the design F and all the ones with the letters are older. The ones with the numbers, I think, are more accurate. You can also choose a different type of editorial template, and these are more focused on journaling and photos and not necessarily a lot of the cards that the app offers. So you can choose one of those. Remember, this is where the 12 by 12 full photo option has been moved to. And so if you are taking a break from the app and coming back, things do look quite a bit different than they did just a couple of years ago. And then right here in the 4x6 section, you also have the option to choose a template to use for these options. So I'll just put it back on that one. Okay, and then you can also pick a journaling font and size. You can scroll through the options here. You can also leave it on last font used if that helps you. And it may take some trial and error there to see what's best. You can also toggle on or off your pocket corners and your drop shadow, and then you can change the page export format right here. If you're doing a lot of embellishing in other apps, you might want to save it as a PNG. Or if you're saving a page to bring it back into a pocket to do some fancier work, that also might be a good time to save as a PNG. You might want to save your final page as a JPEG though, because a lot of printers prefer that. So my tip on that is to check with your preferred printer and see what they need. And if you have the storage to save a higher PNG file. Okay, so let's close those preferences. Those just help you get set up nicely. So when you do come to create a page, you are ready to go with a few things you prefer. So let's start with the Create tab and go to the basic collage pages that Project Life is known for. This is based on the paper system of old, and the app treats this full page as a 12 by 12. So you'll see card designations for 4 by 6 sizes or 3 by 12 sizes. And if you're just wondering what size a pocket might be, sometimes you just have to do the math. If you consider this entire thing 12 by 12, you see 2 pockets there. Okay, that's 6 inches wide. You see 3 up and down here vertically, so you can know that those are 4 inches. You just have to do the math sometimes. But the app does give you card sizes to reflect that, and we'll go into that in just a second. For now, let's tap on the Layouts icon in the middle at the bottom, and you can see some options here. You have your basic square pages, or this is also where the 6 by 8s are now housed. Again, if you're coming back, things look very different if you've taken a break from the app. The user interface has changed a lot, and it is very helpful. This is where you also change your palette color. This reflects options you can use for your background colors. And on this page, you can see that it's white. Well, I can change that by just selecting a palette I like and choosing a different color. I often use this gray here. It was suggested a long time ago when I was asking about, neutral background colors. And one of the girls in the group suggested that, and I really haven't used much different since. There are some great new neutral colors for backgrounds in some of the newer Sally Wilson kits in the app, so be sure to check those out too. Anyway, this reflects your background colors and some journaling colors in some cases. I know that sounds weird, but usually the kit you're using will have journal color options, but this can be an option for some types of journaling, including the freeform text. Okay, but this is where you set your color palette. If you are doing something in the editorials section or the 4x6 section and you need different options, you need to come back to the collage section and set your palette here for that. And you can also toggle on or off your rounded or square corners here. There's not an option to do the drop shadow like you saw in preferences with this, but maybe it's an option someday. But for now, it's just those 3 basic things. And then I'm going to grab this bar and scroll up, and you can see a lot of the different layouts. So you have this section right here that reflects all the free options and any layouts you've bought. And then you can favorite a layout. If you have a favorite, you can press and hold and add it to your favorites. So that one is definitely one of my favorites. It's already there. Let's try this one. Already a favorite. See, my eye goes to definitely the things I'm drawn to for sure. Okay, so you just simply press and hold on the template, tap add to favorites, and now you'll have some options in your favorites. And the more section just shows you anything you can buy. And keep in mind, I'm demonstrating on my iPad. This might look different on your phone, but all of these options are here and available to you. Just tap around and look for similar icons. All right, I'm going to leave it on that design and close that out, and then show you after you pick your design, your layout, you're going to tap on a pocket, and then it gives you 2 options. This right here takes you to the in-app card options. You can favorite card kits as well, which I've done here. The new section, has all of the new kits that will be available to you to buy. My Kits shows you what you already own. More Kits shows you what is available to buy that you haven't purchased yet. There are hundreds, and when I say hundreds, I do mean probably 400 or more kits in the app. And so I have been using this app since spring of 2015, and I think the app was released in the fall of 2014. I think that's right. And I have accumulated tons of great kits through the years, and I don't regret one bit. Okay, I'm going to search for a new kit called Stories. I absolutely love it. And when you put a search term in the search box, you'll see the kits come up if it has that name in the kit, along with other cards that may have the same phrase or item you're searching for on it. So I'm just going to select the Stories kit and add a card to the pocket. Now, again, on an iPad, this pops up on the side. If you're on your phone, it might be on the bottom. But again, it's all there. So like I said earlier, the app tells you the size of the card that you are trying to fill the pocket for. You're not going to get 4x6 options. The app is intended to be simple, and it's intended to be this way. If you want to work around that, there are ways. More on that in the Facebook group. But it'll tell you the size of the pocket and the type of card as well. So these are 3x4 filler cards. These aren't ones you can journal on without buying an upgrade. I'm just going to add that card to that pocket. Then I'm going to come over here and tap on a different pocket. This might be an option for iOS users. I don't know if it's with cards or photos, but I think with Android, you have to go in and out, back and forth. But with iOS users, you can tap on a pocket and then add another photo or card. Down here, I'm going to show you, these are the 3x4 title cards. They have limited journal space. And then the 3x4 journaling cards have a little more journaling space. So we'll just add this card here. And this is where you can add some journaling. You tap on the card and then tap on the journaling icon, and you would journal here. Here are some tools for journaling. You can change the colors. You can change the font, the size, the line spacing, the vertical offset, and the justification. And the vertical offset is the one you would use to have your journaling line up with these lines on the card already. So that's helpful there. And then if you wanted to add more journaling to this same card, you could tap on this plus sign and use the freeform text feature. It'll prompt you to buy it there if you haven't, but that's an addition if you want to use it. And it will look like this. Let me go to this card right here. When you're using the native journaling option, the journaling icon will pop up right here. When you're using freeform text, the journaling option will be up here in the upper left. Okay, so let's tap on this pocket and add a photo. It's going to take me to my photo albums, any that I've created over the years. I'm a little behind, okay? And it also has an option for Dropbox here, as well as cloud storage right here. So I often use OneDrive. And so I'll just show this really quickly for those of you interested in clouds. You tap on cloud, tap on browse. Make sure that the app, the cloud storage app you're using is downloaded and that you are logged in. And then you can select it through these options right here. If you need to add anything, you come up here to the three dots and you edit the sidebar and toggle on or off or move around any icons you need to add or move. You can also within a folder favorite something. So I'm going to select, press and hold here, and I can favorite this file and then get to it just a little faster next time. Okay, I'm going to get out of that and go back up to my camera roll and just add this photo from Easter recently. Okay, added the photo, and now you can see these options at the top. Again, that's for cards, that's for your photos, that's to use the freeform text option, and this is to do a little bit of editing. You can use these options right here that are native and free within the Project Life app, and bumping up the brightness is almost always something I do. I'm not always on photos taken outside, but I do like the little bit of difference that is making. If you're an iOS user, you can also integrate Pick, Tap, Go. That's another editing app, so you can look into that. That's a separate purchase, but they work together sometimes. I think that's only for iOS. After you finish filling in all the pockets and doing any of your journaling, down here is where you would save the page. And I encourage you to do that every time you make a page. This app is not storage. It's for creating pages. So after you finish the page, you will export it and you will save the image to your camera roll. This one's incomplete. That's fine. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. And I'm going to save the image to my camera roll. I can also export it to a cloud. And I can have those options right through there. If you need to edit any of this, you can tap more. If you need to edit any of this, you can tap edit down here and move these around, delete, remove, add, whatever you need to do to make that easy for you. But those are the places you can customize your share sheet here. Okay, I am going to get out of that. And don't forget, here's the back button. That's also helpful if you add an in-app overlay to a photo or a card. Let's just search for an overlay and show you that really quickly. Let's see, want to make sure I download something I actually have. Okay, so if I add that and I don't like it, the best thing to do is to immediately remove it. If I don't do that now, if I go to another pocket and start working, I will have to press and hold and throw this thing away and re-add the photo and edit it. But if I decide, I don't think I need an overlay, I'm going to hit the back button and it's going to go away. Okay, there's a little glitch. All right, I'll be reporting that, but that's the idea. That is what's supposed to happen. Okay, I'll throw it away. And I'll add my photo again. And I'll do a little editing, okay? Everything in the app is pretty easy. When you do experience a glitch like that, try to take a screenshot or a video of it and send it in through the question issue tab right here on the home screen. Okay, back to the create tab. I made a collage page, and then here is the option for editorials. And you can, again, scroll through these options here and pick different types of editorials. Let's try that one, and I'll just show you. You've got a big text box here. You can journal all in here and add any of your journaling there. Those lines disappear. You can also add a title, and you can also add freeform text boxes to either of these as well if you wanted. The 4x6s are down here. Again, same thing. Options for different cards. These are fun to use, save, and then add to a full collage page to get more photos on a page. You can favorite these as well. And also I encourage you to look through them all, actually tap on them and open them, because 7, 8, and 9, and 10, they look like a square and a rectangle, but actually this is 2 squares. So it's not just 2 pockets, it's actually 3. So be sure to look through them and check out the options for the new borders that has been added to the app there. On that collage page, I didn't finish it, right? So, excuse me, I meant to go here. On that collage page, I didn't finish. You can see it up here reflected in my in progress section. And there are 2, that's not a glitch. I've been messing around with this video. So that page would be there. You just tap on it to open it. You can make folders, and then you can also, within here, start a new page by just tapping that plus sign if you want. So let's open this back up, and I'll show you how to add it to a folder. So right here, let's just click add to folder. Actually, first let's start here. You can share this after you finish it straight to your social media accounts if you want. Here's where you would name and date the page, and I suggest doing this very simply. You do not want a big old long complicated name here, because you won't see all of that in the name file when you save it, which does stick if you save directly to a cloud. If it just goes to your camera roll, it gives it an image number, but if you're putting this in a cloud, there is a naming designation that the app has, and it gives like the date and your name after that. And if it's long and complicated, you won't see the whole thing. You can also change the date. You just tap in that window and then come to the calendar here. That'll pop up and you can change it. And then of course, don't forget to click apply. Okay, back to this. We're gonna add it to a folder. I have a bunch of, I have a bunch of folders in the app, and every page I start goes straight into a folder. And without a doubt, I usually go open the app and go straight to folders and pick up where I've left off. Look, 2023 and 2024 are actually already started because I was inspired by some pages in the Simply Project Life Facebook group that I want to do for next year. I'm not in the headspace to do them this year because we've had a whole thing happen. But I am going to do them next year when our house is fully finished and decorated and we're really feeling at home. But for now, I've got 2023 going, and 2022 has been printed and is saved. After I finish a page, after I print a page, I delete it from the app. I don't use this as storage. This is strictly things I'm actually actively working on. And all of the pages you see in this folder have been saved and backed up, but they're still in here until I print it. I use this backup marker and I sort my folders by folder order. And that allows me to move this as I save pages, and that really helps me stay organized. I usually also set up a template with a basic white journaling card, but it has my fonts ready to go, so I don't have to worry about that. And then I just switch out the cards and add the journaling. That is a brief, maybe not so brief overview of the Project Life app. I hope it helps you get started. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them here. And also on, like I said, my Jenna Scraps Instagram or Facebook page, as well as the Simply Project Life Facebook group. We're not affiliated with Becky Higgins LLC. We're just big fans of the app and love to use it and share. And there are tons of members in that group that share pages daily and freely and are so creative. So join us there, and we look forward to hearing from you in the future. In the meantime, have a great day. Happy app scrapping, and we'll talk again later. Bye.